One pharmacy is offering free testing to Kent State students amid rising COVID-19 cases on campus. We have how you can get tested for coronavirus.
As many as 100 students on Kent State's campus are starting their October quarantine in a dorm. We'll have more details on what quarantine is like and how students are feeling.
And masked voters waited in long lines for the first day of early voting today. Find out how you can cast your vote early too.
Hurricane Delta is rapidly intensifying in the Gulf of Mexico and is set to make some history upon landfall in the U.S. Its effects here and more. TV2 News starts right now.
This is TV2 News.
We start today with developments of COVID-19 on Kent State's campus and the university's measures to prevent further spread.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Rachel Gross.
And I'm Maddy Haberberger. Kent State is partnering with CVS Health to bring free testing to all Kent students, faculty, and staff. Beginning October 12th, CVS representatives will be on campus to administer testing to a randomly selected pool of individuals.
Each week, 450 randomly selected participants will be asked to test. The participants will be chosen from those who spend a lot of time on campus. The tests used will be rapid tests, and the results will be available within 15 minutes. Tests will be administered each week up until November 20th.
The approach really has been is when we see sparks, we want to make sure they don't become flames. So in any of these situations, it only takes 2 cases for like a wing or area to be quarantined. So it doesn't mean by default that there is widespread positive tests. It only takes a few cases. But we think it's important to have these preventative measures in place so that sparks do not become flames.
Additional 57 students across 2 Kent State residence halls are being asked to quarantine in their dorms, bringing the total number of quarantine students to 101.
Our reporter Alex Manthey talked to a student from one of the quarantined halls. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Rachel. Yes, 101 Kent State students are spending their time in quarantine due to possible exposure to COVID-19. Clark, Kuntz, and Centennial Courts A and E are all holding students that are not permitted to leave their floors.
With multiple residence halls taking part in a 14-day quarantine due to positive COVID tests, many students were faced with an abrupt halt to their normal school schedules, bringing up concerns of not only physical health, but mental health as well.
The whole experience, it just sucks overall. Like, you're separated, you can't see your friends, you're stuck in your room at all times. They bring you food, and you're practically just stuck on your side of the floor until you're done. There's not really much you can do to fix it.
Students were brought 3 meals a day as they were told to stay in their rooms at all times. For residence halls with shared bathrooms, custodial staff deep clean the facilities daily. With over 2 weeks of isolation, many students are ready for it to be over.
Have unlimited time to catch back up on work or get, ahead on work. I don't know, and you have ultimate free time to focus on whatever you want. So I've been trying to get into hobbies I like art and other things like that. So there are benefits. There's also a lot of downsides to it at the same time.
Many students in quarantine are just trying to see the good in a bad situation. Clark Hall's quarantine will end tomorrow, while Centennial Court A will last till October 10th. Kuntz Hall and Centennial Court E will go till October 16th. Reporting live from the Franklin Hall studio, I'm Alexandria Manthey.
Thanks, Alex. Now, Kent State released its COVID-19 weekly numbers today with 40 new COVID-19 cases for the week of September 27th. This is up from 31 new cases in the previous week. Now there have been 165 total cases of coronavirus since July 7th. And with all of this, Kent State tells its faculty to be ready at any time to go fully remote. In an email, the school made staff aware of their contingency plans, which contains 2 scenarios. The first, reducing density on campus and moving most in-person courses online. Certain Tier 1 courses would be available on campus.
The second scenario, the school goes fully remote. The change in instructional delivery will be campus-specific, not course-specific.
And hello, Portage County. Hopefully you're having a wonderful Tuesday today. I am Dan Snyder here to start you off with your current weather conditions in Kent. As you can see, it is 63 degrees outside, partly cloudy, increasing coverage of overcast throughout the night. Feels like 65 from a warm front lasting into a cold front that shall bring us a dew point of 45. Winds coming down from the south by southwest at 10 miles per hour. Increased humidity to 50 degrees. That will continue over throughout the night. And as you can see, there is a cold front that is dissipating over the northeastern section coming off of our Great Lake. 65 in Akron, 65 in Steubenville, 72 in Cincinnati, a little warmer. They are missing the front and they will be seeing brighter days. As for the rest of tonight, unfortunately, we will be seeing a strong low pressure front, increased cloud coverage throughout the most of the night. And while there is a draconic meteor shower happening, cloud coverage will be at 50% during the peak hours to view the meteor shower. So if you are lucky, go outside and take a chance, see a beautiful meteor shower. That is all I have about the meteor shower. Winds coming from the southwest at 9 miles per hour. And the sunset will be setting tonight at 6:58. The prime time will be for 9 to see that meteor shower. But that's all for your weather forecast for now. Be sure to catch your hourly and your 7-day forecast after the break.
Thank you, Dan. Now, Kent's Police Chief Nicholas Shearer sent a memorandum to city management in order to suspend the Dora on Halloween. Now, the Dora is Kent's downtown outdoor refreshment area, which allows people to drink outside and carry around their alcoholic beverages with a wristband. The letter would suspend liquor permits for stores utilizing the Dora on October 31st. Since Halloween takes place on a Saturday this year, the chief hopes to curb some illegal activity and alcohol-related offenses.
Former Ohio probation officer Keith Cooper was found guilty of raping and sexually assaulting 3 women who were on probation in summer 2017. However, Cooper denied the allegations yesterday in court. The jury found him guilty of rape as a first-degree felony and sexual battery as a third-degree felony. He is set to remain in the Portage County Jail until sentencing, which has not yet been scheduled. In good news for beer lovers in Kent, a new craft brewery is set to open its doors later this month in downtown Kent. Northwater Brewing Company will be located at the Lake Road intersection right next to Kent Cycle. Their website says they will be 100% focused on sustainability and environmental responsibility. There is still no exact date for when they will be open for business.
2 Ohio legislators are demanding that Kent State stop assigning, quote, adult-oriented material to underage students. According to a letter from state reps Reggie Stoltzfus and Don Jones, a 17-year-old student was assigned to read a book about Japanese animation that the legislators say contains graphic sexual material. The university says students and their parents are required to sign an acknowledgement that materials may include adult themes before enrolling in the class.
We have updates on the Route 8 crash earlier today that left 1 dead. Stick with us.
And today marked the first day of early voting here in Ohio. How you can cast your vote before Election Day.
We might root for different teams, but we all respect the game. And we can all root for each other when we wear a mask. Mask up, America.
Thanks for sticking with us. Akron police say a domestic dispute led to a fatal head-on crash that left part of Route 8 closed today. According to officials, an unidentified suspect stole a woman's minivan and 2 guns in the 200 block of Cole Avenue. Police tried to initiate a traffic stop, but the suspect kept driving and hit speeds of over 100 miles per hour before crashing into a commercial semi-truck. The suspect was killed in the crash, and the other drivers involved have non-life-threatening injuries. And long lines of voters at the Portage County Board of Elections today on the first day of early voting here in Ohio. Hundreds of people with masks waited in lines to cast their vote in person prior to Election Day. The board will be open between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. weekdays through the rest of this month. On Election Day, though, voting will only take place at local polling places. For more information about how to cast your vote prior to Election Day, visit the Board of Elections website at portagecounty-oh.gov/board/elections.
Hurricane Delta rapidly intensified into a Category 4 hurricane earlier today, and the storm may strengthen even more before it hits the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico before it turns to make landfall in the U.S. Louisiana governor is urging residents to have a plan ready as a storm is expected to strike later this week. Upon landfall, Delta will be the first hurricane named after a Greek letter to strike the U.S. and a record-breaking 10th hurricane to make landfall this season. And Tropical Storm Beta sent us into a flurry of showers. Are we in store for more of the same from Delta?
Our weatherman Dan Snyder has the answer. Dan, how's it looking?
Well, while Delta is hitting the southern part of the continent, the radical effects of the storm will dissipate long before they make their way up this far north. But we will still see some mild aftermath later on in this week. Now, looking at our hourly forecast, you could see that at 9 p.m. tonight, we will see more intermittent clouds rolling in from the northwest. 60 degrees outside. Midnight, 57 degrees with some strong and cloudy winds rolling in. 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, you can start your day off, though, with some slightly more pleasant conditions. Sunshine to start off your day after a nice cloudy night. And as you could see from the radar, the strong low pressure front will be moving in for our neighbors from the north across the Great Lake and increasing cloud coverage over the next few hours. So if you want to go see the meteor shower tonight, you may not have your chance until about 3 o'clock in the morning. Moving on to the exact information of the meteor shower. The best time to see it will be immediately after sunset, but right before midnight when the moon comes up. It peaks tonight, but conditions will last until the 10th of October. Thankfully, you might have your chance. Not tonight, possibly tomorrow or the day after, as we will see cloud coverage up into the 50% range. Moving on to our 7-day forecast, we will have 68 for a high, 55 for tomorrow, overcast throughout the night. Moving on to Thursday, 72 for a high as seasonal cool temperatures push in to creating a 46 for a low, partly cloudy on Wednesday. Thursday, we will see more sunshine, though, as a chance of showers is sure to roll in later on in the day. Friday, however, will be a completely different story. Southern winds blow in warmer weather, thankfully, setting off a nice weekend, 71 for a high, 58 for a low. Warm and pleasant conditions going into Saturday, though, however, we will start to see some of the mild effects of Delta blowing in throughout the weekend. 77 for a high, chance of showers Sunday, mostly cloudy, but on Monday it will be cloudy and humid, and that's all for your weather for today. I have been your weatherman, Dan Snyder, asking you to please remember to stay safe, happy, and healthy, Portage County.
Thanks, Dan. President Trump returned to the White House yesterday after a stay at Walter Reed Medical Center for coronavirus treatment. However, as CNN's Joe Johns reports, doctors and medical experts say the virus is still running rampant within his body.
Returned to the White House for President Trump, leaving Walter Reed National Military Medical Center just 72 hours after being admitted for coronavirus treatment. While likely contagious, Trump still removing his mask on the White House balcony to pose for photos in his highly produced homecoming before going inside. The president's move stunning some health experts.
It's unexplainable that the president of the United States, who's actively shedding virus in millions of particles, would walk into that building with the enormous number of staff unmasked. It's really hard to understand how no one told him not to do that.
Earlier, Trump announcing his planned departure from the hospital in a tweet, writing, "Don't be afraid of COVID. Don't let it dominate your life. I feel better than I did 20 years ago." Despite allowing him to go home, the president's physician says he's still not fully clear of COVID-19.
Though he may not entirely be out of the woods yet, the team and I agree that all our evaluations, and most importantly, his clinical status, support the president's safe return home.
Trump's medical team, again, refusing to say when he last tested negative for the coronavirus. And according to Dr. Anthony Fauci, it may still be too soon to tell if the disease has run its course.
Sometimes when you're 5 to 8 days in, you could have a reversal. It's unlikely that it will happen, but they need to be heads up for it.
As Americans have been waiting for another stimulus package, President Trump declared today that negotiations are off.
He tweeted that he instructed his representatives to stop negotiating until after the election, saying that they will pass a stimulus bill, quote, immediately after I win. He told Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell to instead focus on approving his nominee to the Supreme Court, Amy Coney Barrett.
Now, following this series of tweets, the stock markets plunged.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is tweaking its guidance about how coronavirus spreads. It reiterates that prolonged close contact is the worst culprit, especially if people aren't wearing masks and are closer than 6 feet apart. The change to the guidance involves whether the virus can linger in the air after an infected person leaves an area. The CDC says some reports indicate transmission like that can happen in enclosed, poorly ventilated spaces, but it's rare. The agency says that activities that require heavy breathing, like exercising or singing, can increase the likelihood of this type of spread.
Tomorrow night marks the first vice presidential debate of this election season between Vice President Mike Pence and Senator Kamala Harris. After President Trump tested positive for COVID-19 after last week's debate, the two VP candidates will be separated by plexiglass at the request of the Biden-Harris campaign. The debate will air at 9 tomorrow evening and will be moderated by Susan Page, the Washington bureau chief for USA Today.
And some more fans will be allowed to attend the Browns game this Sunday and for the rest of the season. I'll have the details next in sports.
If you've ever wanted to get your hands on some designer items without breaking the bank, you're going to want to stick around. TV2 returns in just 90 seconds.
I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So, yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? Well, now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Welcome back. Twice as many fans will be allowed to attend Browns games, beginning with this Sunday's matchup against the Indianapolis Colts.
That's right. The Ohio Department of Health will allow 12,000 fans at First Energy Stadium, according to a Browns spokesperson. Only 6,000 fans were allowed at the team's first 2 home games.
We go now to our own Jack Berney to hear what's going on in the world of sports. How's it going, Jack?
Thanks, guys. The dog pound in Cleveland will double in size this week. That's where we start today. And Governor Mike DeWine announced today that the Browns will be allowed to have 12,000 fans at the remainder of their home games this season. The increase comes after the Browns had 6,000 fans at their first 2 home games that showed no spread of COVID-19. Now season ticket holders will be prioritized, and the fans will still be required to wear masks and follow social distancing at the games. Now personally, I think 12,000 fans might be a little too much during the coronavirus pandemic, but I think if every person in this stadium follows the guidelines closely, it should work out for the team. I think one thing we can all agree on is that it's good to have Browns football back. And good news for the Cleveland Indians is team president of baseball operations Chris Antonetti announced today that they expect manager Terry Francona to return for the 2021 season. Francona missed 48 games this season due to health reasons, and he is expected to speak to the media tomorrow to officially announce his return. Francona has been great for the Indians, leading them to 8 straight winning seasons, 4 playoff appearances, and 1 American League championship since he was hired in 2013. And from Major League Baseball to the NFL, we take it to Arrowhead Stadium, where former Browns quarterback Brian Hoyer got the start for the Patriots last night. We kicked things off in the 3rd quarter. Brian Hoyer, pocket collapsing. He gets sacked. He loses the ball. The Chiefs are going to recover. The Chiefs are up 6-3. A real defensive battle. As you can see, the defense wins on that play. Moving on, Pat Mahomes. Shuffle pass to the fastest man in football. That's Tyreek Hill, the cheetah they call him, and he scores a touchdown there, 13-3. Chiefs extend the lead. Moving on later, though, Jarrett Stidham, the man out of Auburn, now in for the Patriots, floats one up to N'Keal Harry for the score. Patriots get a little closer, cut the lead to 3, 13-10. But Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs are too much. The shuffle pass to McCole Hardman, he scores. Chiefs take a 19-10 play. Patriots last chance trying to get back in it. He targets Kent State grad Julian Edelman, but it goes right through his hands to the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, for the pick 6. The Chiefs are undefeated. They move to 4-0 after winning this one 26-10. And moving on to Major League Baseball playoffs, Garrett Cole on the mound for the Yankees. This pitch, though, is crushed by Randy Arozarena for the home run. The Rays tie the game at 1. That ball went into the palm trees down there in San Diego. Former Cleveland Indians Clint Frazier up now. He hits that fastball way out of here. That one's going to go into the second deck. The Yankees take a 2-1 lead, but the Rays would tie it tied here. All rise, says Aaron Judge. That is going to give the Yankees a 4-3 lead in the top of the 5th, and the Yankees just poured it on. Giancarlo Stanton with the Stantonian grand slam for the New York Yankees. They take game 1 of this series 9-3. They lead this best-of-5 series 1-0. And game 2 of the Yankees-Rays series is tonight. First pitch is at 8:10 p.m. on TBS if you want to watch. I know I'll be watching. That's all for sports. Back to you guys.
Thanks for that report, Jack. Now, country fresh fruit sold in 9 states at retailers including Walmart is being voluntarily recalled due to risk of listeria contamination. The country fresh packages include pre-cut apples, grapes, mangoes, pineapples, and cantaloupe. They have best by dates of October 3rd to October 11th. Now, no one has gotten sick, but the U.S. Food and Drug Administration discovered Listeria monocytogenes on equipment near where the packages are produced. The FDA says customers who have any of the recalled products should throw them away, and symptoms of the illness are high fever, headache, nausea, abdominal pain, and diarrhea.
Now there's a new way to go shopping for Gucci. The fashion company is joining forces with The RealReal for an online consignment shop. Pre-owned Gucci items will be available and it will be open throughout the rest of 2020. Gucci and The RealReal also announced that they will plant a tree for every purchase made.
SpaceX is celebrating World Space Week with a bang, literally. As part of an effort to show how satellites affect our everyday life, the company delivered its 13th batch of satellites to orbit today. The early morning launch came after a 2-week delay due to bad weather. The mission out of the Kennedy Space Center in Florida sent 60 Starlink satellites into Earth's orbit. This marks SpaceX's 17th mission so far this year.
Renowned rock and roll musician and songwriter Eddie Van Halen has died from cancer. More on his legacy coming soon.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, then there I am again.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
Like Kelly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately.
We got a minute and 10 seconds left.
Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Meet the Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
Thanks for sticking with us. Now, some sad news in the music industry today. Legendary guitarist Eddie Van Halen died at the age of 65 after a battle with lung cancer. Van Halen formed his namesake band with his brother Alex and singer David Lee Roth in 1972. He was known for his innovative tap style of playing guitar. Van Halen's son and bandmate Wolfgang confirmed the death on social media, saying that every moment with his dad was a gift.
Nobel Prizes in physics were handed out in Sweden on Tuesday. English mathematical physicist Roger Penrose won one half of the coveted prize. He discovered a link between black hole formation and the general theory of relativity. The other half of the prize went to a pair of astronomers. German Reinhard Genzel and American Andrea Hess discovered a supermassive compact object at the center of our galaxy.
Are you in the market for a home that will creep you out at every turn? Do you hate sleep? Well, then you're in luck, because the home made famous by the 1990 horror classic The Silence of the Lambs is now up for sale, just in time for Halloween. The Riverfront, Pennsylvania 4-bedroom home served as the cozy abode for the film's serial killer Buffalo Bill. It features original hardwoods, ornate woodwork, and a fireplace. And good news, there's a basement without a torture pit. The sellers are currently asking just under $300,000. And do you know a cheese lover that could use a little pick-me-up? Then send nudes, as in noodles.
Today is National Noodle Day, and Kraft is running a campaign called the hashtag Nudes Promotion. Go to noods.com or tweet at Kraft Mac and Cheese to win some noodles.
All right, now let's take a look at their campaign.
In these strange times, people are in need of extra comfort. That's why it's always a nice gesture to send nudes, so they know you're thinking of them. Nudes, not nudes. To be clear, I'm not advocating you send nudes to anyone. I'm talking about nudes, not nudes. I want there to be no confusion. Do not send nudes. Definitely send nudes. Send nudes early and often to everyone. Send nudes never.
7,000 people to enter will be able to send someone a free box of mac and cheese. I don't know about you, Rachel, but I'm about to pull my phone out right now and go to that website because I'm a big fan of mac and cheese.
Me too. I love mac and cheese so much. And you know whose mac and cheese I really love? The Kent State food truck.
Oh, I missed that. I wish it was out.
You know,
they're
outside the architecture building every Wednesday, which is right across the street from here.
So
now I'm hoping we're gonna have nice weather so I can go across the street tomorrow and get some noodles. Dan, am I gonna have good weather for those noodles tomorrow?
You'll definitely have some noodles to make your day a lot better because we will be seeing overcast throughout the day going into Thursday. For tomorrow, weather will get a little bit better. Conditions will be partly cloudy as a pressure front moves from the north down to the south, lowering down to 46 for a low on Thursday night. Moving into Friday, however, we will see some slightly sunnier conditions as a warm pressure front from the south pushes up. Unfortunately, it will be from Delta, but it will give us a nice high of 71, and going into the weekend, 77 for Saturday with some mild showers throughout the day, 58 for a low. Sunday, we will, however, start to see temperatures drop back down. 72 for a high, unfortunately, for Sunday. 58 on mostly cloudy for our Sunday. And starting off our week, come that Monday morning, we're going to see sunshine throughout the day, but it will, unfortunately, stretch into overcast into the PM. 73 for a high, 56 for a low, high range of humidity. That's all we have time for your weather forecast for now. I hope you have a wonderful day, Portage County. Remember, be safe, wear a mask.
Thanks, Dan. Now that's all we have time for this Tuesday evening. As always, thanks for joining us.
Make sure you check KentWire.com or at TV2KSU on Twitter for the latest updates and breaking news. I'm Rachel Gross.
And I'm Maddy Haberberger. See you tomorrow at 6 Portage County, and have a great night.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane. Woo! You got this.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Oh boy.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.